no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories.
From your glade.
That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories.
Yes. Oh, Kissel,
Yes.
to be amongst the little people,
No.
my kind,
Why?
the fairykin.
You're not a fairykin.
Oh, yes, I am.
No, they're tinier and cuter than you.
I'm the fairykin. And you'll see once we go back to jolly old UK, man.
Woohoo.
I'm gonna go there amongst my little
The
people.
United Kingdom.
Is that
The
it?
UK.
Yeah. I mean, but isn't it in disarray currently?
Yeah, like everything else. They're just like us after all.
I'm kind of scared.
I'm excited.
When we go over there, it's like when you go across. Like, so in England, do you have to change hats when you now leave? Like, or is it just like another country?
From the fedora into more of a Western style, I'm not quite sure.
Do I have to wear like a wooden hat when we're in Amsterdam?
If you want to be cool.
I don't know, because I know they have the wood shoes. Do
They're
they wear
Dutch.
those all the time?
Well, no. I don't know if they ever wore those. I think they're more for decoration. We had a couple in my house when I was growing up.
Oh, but did
They
you
were
not
large.
did you not have to go and like put the wood shoes out front of your house and then you pee in them so Dutch Santa comes? Is that what happens? Like, don't you put the little wooden shoes out and then
I don't know.
And then Jurtenfront or whatever his name is, Father Hinterland, like he comes and he like squats over them and then he leaves his eggs?
Yeah, I love that.
I don't know. I'm asking you. You're the closest person with that sort of representation.
Well, I went to Amsterdam when I was 19. I don't recall that, but I can't wait to be in Amsterdam soon. Welcome to Side Stories, everyone. Ben hanging out with Henry here,
me.
really trying to figure out the cultural differences that we're about to experience when we go to Europe.
You know what I won't do ever?
What?
Research.
What?
I won't even look it up. I'm not going to buy a travel book because what I like to do is, and maybe you know this as a listener of Side Stories, I like to just imagine what could be true. And then just follow up on that with myself. And then what I do is I ask other people who don't know, like you.
Sure.
Or even Marcus, who sometimes, let's just be honest, pretends to know.
He'll pretend to know a lot of stuff, but he only knows what he read in his books.
His books.
His little books.
We're like, I make up stuff that I know every day. And a lot of it holds because you find out a lot of times I'll say something that's completely out of my ass. And then some expert somewhere is like, Henry actually wasn't too far from incorrect.
And that makes you almost right.
Yep.
There you go. And you just made it up. Educated guesses or educated misguesses. Either way, we're coming from an educated position of mostly stereotypical beliefs of the Dutch.
I just don't know anything about them. And
I
so
know that
I
they
just make stuff up.
I know they sleep really well. And I don't know.
How do you know that?
Just because I feel like they're sleepy people. I feel like if you're Dutch.
Yeah, that's actually very strange for a culture that's actually very centered around clocks.
Exactly.
Well, the things they have
That's
a lot
why
of clocks, but I feel like there'd be a lot of pressure. Then every time you go to sleep, all yours.
But that's how you go to sleep because that's their version of white noise, like how I have to sleep with the fan. They have to sleep with the slow tick of death.
Yeah, I always sleep with some guy in my room just going, woo! Yeah, buddy. Yeah, go to sleep, huh? Woo! Woo!
It is football season
Go
after
night
all.
boner.
Night boner indeed. Well, speaking of night boners, she's not a hero, but I just stumbled upon this article. Remember Boy Meets World?
Oh, you just wait a second. No, this is not. We're not just talking about the pros and cons of Maitland Ward on this episode. I love her. She's obviously very talented at what she does.
A boy met the world. And he also
You're just talking about Maitland Ward, who was in Boy Meets World, who now does porn.
Yes.
And we'd love to have her on the show.
Yeah. You didn't take the scoop from me?
This is not a scoop. This has been around for years. People have known. That's not news.
Well, she said that porn liberated her from Hollywood.
It did. It liberated her from work in Hollywood. But that's why it's very difficult because she actually does a much harder job than acting in a sitcom, which is taking it in a bunch of holes because that actually is much more difficult. And I would actually put forth much more useful to society.
Well, absolutely. Well, she was a soap opera actress.
I will say I was watching this one video. This has nothing to do with Maitland Ward, but it's a good shift. But I was like,
I'm not ready to shift quite yet. Okay.
Yes,
No,
fine.
That's fine.
It doesn't really matter. I was watching a video with this like little young girl. She was sick, dead. She was going to be dead soon with cancer, right?
Yeah. Why were you watching this?
It was this obstacle course they were dragging her through, and I was actually felt it was very inappropriate. No, that's not true. She was in a hospice, right?
You already have so much anxiety, so much stress. OCD. It's been diagnosed.
Sure.
Why watch children dying?
Because at least it's them. Because it actually makes me feel worse when it's
So
in a full-grown adult who had something to live for. Kids don't know.
You get like a version of emotional Schadenfreude when you watch somebody else die, being like,
No, I stumbled. I stumbled there. But she was being serenaded. It was a very beautiful video, being serenaded by Florence and the Machine. It was very sad. I really actually got very emotional watching it.
How did she know who Florence and the Machine were?
You know, it was a time. It was like she was like not that young. And those are the videos from a while ago, right?
Got it.
But I was kind of thinking like that's gonna be so fucked up that if you got cancer and you're lying in bed and you know you're dead, but like maybe you have a glimmer of hope, and then you turn to the doctor and you say, hey, like, how am I doing?
Yeah.
How are my tests coming back? And he's just like, before we get to that, just so you know, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith is here. And it's like, that's how you know you're dying.
And then any grandmother that's really thin, looks like they could clack, can walk into the room, and you'll be so blind at that point.
No clue.
You'll be like, oh, it's Steven Tyler. And then they talk about having sex in elevators with you.
You know how many times I get called in to be Paul Giamatti for people in hospice? And it's sad for them, because then I just go like, ah! Like I just make a bunch of noises, and then they're like,
Wow.
I love you in billions.
All you have to say is yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
you did.
Yes, you did.
You dying man.
Wow, that's such an unbelievably great, corrupt, disgusting Hollywood offshoot
The booker
business.
for hospice.
The booker that books knockoff celebrities for hospice, like Nicolas Cage with a K instead of a C.
When Michael Jackson shows up,
oh my God,
to
it'll
see
be amazing.
you off to the river Styx, that's a lot. I mean, but again, you know what I'd like to
It's
do?
an honest day's work. It's impossible to make a living these days as actors.
It's very difficult. It's extremely difficult. But that's why I was saying, if we're going to do this, right? If you're going to book me something, let's do when I'm 60. All right, like, I know it's technically like, let's book it while we're alive. Like what you say about how, like, you say, like, birthdays are for the dying, but truthfully, would it be nice to have one of those, like, a pre-funeral where you can go and you can, like, have the funeral so you can hear all the good stuff that everybody says and not just be dead.
People do that. I've seen people do that, and I don't really like birthdays very much, and I find the fake funeral thing, I don't know. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it would be nice to force people to dress up and cry, but then they wouldn't really be that sad.
I don't need it
no
to
one
be
will ever be
mournful.
sad enough.
No, I don't want, because again, the funeral part, I'm glad I'm not there to see them all be sad at the funeral, but it'd be nice to get all that juice of like all the confidence from when you, and like, I guess technically that's a retirement party, but now we don't do that anymore.
But for life, a retirement party for life. Yes, I don't think anyone would go to your real funeral then, because they'd be like, we already did it.
Yeah,
but then
who cares?
Again, you're not there.
This is the Linda coming out. Who cares? It's not like I would be there to notice.
That's true. And your mother, she's already upset with how you've reacted to her at her funeal.
I mean,
and what you've done, she's already upset with you.
It's already, but it's not enough. It's because I'm not there going like, Ali. Like, it's not me with mascara dripping down my face with a veil on, singing some Whitney Houston song like that.
Oh.
She's already mad that that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what's going to happen.
You heard about this one guy who thought he was Satan and Jesus?
I mean, God, we are all. We are all multiples, aren't we? Some days I wake up and I don't know which I am.
There was this guy, it was in Boone County.
Oh, yep.
Which, that's where Satan and Jesus is going to live, inside of one vessel, which actually sounds like a cute sitcom. What was the name of that movie with the animated characters inside of the brain, Inside Out?
But it's
with
the
Satan
devil.
and Jesus living inside of one person. Be like, how the fuck do we get here,
Take
man?
your fucking cock out.
Yeah.
Take your cock out, but ask the woman if she wants to see it. It's like, oh, very good.
Well, anyway, this guy, he cut off his own leg in front of a 5-year-old, and then he was just found with his leg gone, naked in the front yard. So you never know that's the one thing, again, about the place where we do realize you got a call today. You woke up.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like having your coffee. And you're
That's
like,
your job.
And you're like, we're getting a call in the Boone County house, and then you just show up. There's a naked dude with one leg that he sawed off, who believes he's Satan and Jesus.
Well, he did it in front of his own 5-year-old daughter, and he said, hey, Kissel, before you jump on this, he said he did it to show her something and to teach her a lesson. Now, the couple,
what was the lesson?
I don't know. 48-year-old Shannon Cox, but that's a male Shannon. With the Sandy Cox, who is 30, right?
Her name is Sandy Cox.
Yeah, it's Sandy Cox, which is fun because, again, you're going to want to give that a wipe before you jump in. That's what's hard about beach sex.
Well, you would think this story took place in Florida, but this is actually Arkansas with all those Sandy Cox.
That is fun. But he said he determined, the investigators showed up because we covered this. This is just now we know what happened. Like we covered this man with an amputated leg before. There's a couple of things that have popped up several times on the show this week for some reason specifically that we actually have explanations for. But he used a chop saw. That he said that he painted blood all over the inside of his house and was in front of his own child. But he said when they found him is that this is what's sad is that, again, if you believe that Jesus is telling you to chop off your own leg in front of your family to teach them a lesson about, like, who are you going to trust?
I guess.
But if you do that,
I don't.
They found him screaming on the front lawn.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm bleeding to death. I'm fucking bleeding to death.
Yeah, real Matthew Lillard moment for him. I think he went a little too deep.
You did it, bro.
He did do it. Sandy Cox, his lovely, lovely wife. Oh, mama.
She actually is very attractive.
She's
very
cute.
But she said that, Shannon was acting odd all day.
Yeah, acting odd all day. And I always say that when my friends are acting a little off. I'm just like, oh, next step, he's going to cut off his own leg.
Well,
but anyway.
He was escalating, right? And he kept saying that the husband's threats at the home, they were turning, they never completely turned to physical abuse.
No.
That he was due to verbal abuse. But then eventually, she said, well, things had to change, but she still left the child home alone with Shannon when she wanted to do some errands. And it wasn't until she came back that she found out that he had done this.
Right.
He said there was a damaged vehicle was present on the property. The hood was up. A 20-pound propane canister was sitting on the battery. Honestly, this is just normal for Boone County.
It's very possible.
Because how many times you go there, like, I think you can tell the potential worth of any one of these homes by how many inoperable washing machines they have on the stoop, like out on the front porch, because that's money just sitting there.
I learned something from American Pickers. Sometimes these washing machines can be vintage.
That's what I'm saying. That
you never
go
know.
through. I view it obviously because we don't know, we don't understand. We throw judgment. We think it's just a trash pile.
I don't always throw judgment. I've driven by a few rural homes. As a matter of fact, there was one recently in San Antonio. A lot of chickens around.
Yep. But chickens, that's money too.
That's money.
Good eggs,
exactly.
Feathers for pillows, something you can fuck.
Well, okay.
That's a problem. That's where it's not a renewable source unless you keep the eggs.
Absolutely. Well, that's the whole point. But no, there was a small truck that did look like it was inoperable. But I also said someone could fix that up.
This is what I'm saying, man. I want to become trash king.
You know the trash is out there.
Money. I know this. There's money in trash. We've been saying this. We've talked about this for years. You talk about how, like, there's the inner barter system. Just came up in the Charles Starkweather series.
Absolutely.
About the bartering system inside of the sanitation department, about how that's free ass money.
It's crazy.
Just sitting there. You be amazed. And that's why the thing is, we got to start getting trash and putting them in big fields. Right? And then letting people come. Yeah, we should get to the dump business.
Buddy, honestly, I would, but we'll get killed.
I know.
That's how you die. Because sanitation is the most dangerous union out there.
Why though, man? Let us in. We're the indie upstarts of the dump industry.
They'll never find your body.
But it'll be at my dump.
They'll never find your body.
That's money. Again, it's money on the table. That's a body in the dump. You can use my blood for blood. You could take all my bones and make them into a Halloween costume.
But then you're just dead.
Yeah. That's what like my father always said, where he's like, I'm with more dead than alive.
I know your father is very depressed and not expect to live as long as he did or has, and I hope that he continues to, despite his absolute disdain for life. But when it comes to Shannon, I don't know if she's the best mother, and I don't want to throw shade.
Well, Shannon's the man.
When it comes to Sandy. Gax. I don't know if she's the best mother because when this is according to Corporal Jason Briscoe, and you know Corporal Briscoe. God damn it, man! This was supposed to be the day I retired.
I know, and I also feel like that's the guy that I met 2 times. What's with fucking Ohio, man?
What do you
when
mean?
We stopped at the gas station in Ohio, 2 separate ones.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it is with you.
Men keep showing me their penises.
You have seen more dicks than any person I have ever seen in my life.
Obviously, this is bad. We were at the Slippery Noodle in Indianapolis. When the man came up to me, I was in the urinal. I was in there alone, and there were 6 urinals, and he walked right up to the one right next to mine, going, hey, man, can you help me out here, man?
He just wants you to blow him a little bit.
Can you help me out here, man?
Touch it.
And he's like, his front pants were open, and I just kept turning my body away from him. And he's like, you gotta fucking help me out here, man. And then,
you gotta touch it.
In Ohio, 2 men grown men. They to come to the urinal, they pulled their penis out at the door. And there was no reason, and then he walked it across the entire row.
Yeah.
Like
he did walk it
was,
like a gecko or an iguana.
It felt like he was landing a plane.
Yeah.
We were like, there's no reason for this. But I feel like that's where Colonel Briscoe ends up. That's the guy where all day he's just like, yeah, I do whatever I can for the American government to try to keep us honest. Meanwhile, like his whole night it's been, hey man, can you fucking help me out?
Help me out, man. Help me out.
Help me out.
I think they think that you're a child until you turn around and they see your beard.
But that's even worse.
Yeah.
I'm in the bathroom. It's a slippery noodle. They were checking IDs. I mean, not thoroughly, but there was a line for some reason as well.
Yes, indeed. So Sandy, why did I say I don't believe she's the best mother? It's because when Corporal Briscoe was finished taking his ding-dong out at the local bathroom, he asked her, he says, quote, "What I asked Sandy why she didn't take her daughter with her. She said she was worried about Shannon killing her and wasn't worried about her daughter."
See?
So I'm going to say if I'm worried that someone's going to kill me, I would take my dogs with me too.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because I think they could kill anything.
She definitely kind of assumed that he'd kill the daughter, and then he'd be done. You know what I mean? Like, well, then I can start over and I get all those brownie points for being a bereaved mother. But who knows? Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe she was just scared. But also it sounded like they never really expected him to go this far. And then what happened was that he cut off his own leg, I guess, to show how serious he was, that he himself was the battleground between Jesus and Satan.
And I guess he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sandy said he was telling her that, again, he was Jesus and he needed to get right with the Lord, but then he would get violent towards her, and then he said he was Satan, and then he said he was going to, quote, twist her head off.
That's not good. That's isn't there a commercial with that?
Where you twist your head off?
There's some kind of
there was that old movie that was on the cover.
Death Becomes Her.
Oh, well, that was fantastic. Love Death Becomes Her.
That's where I remember gets the head twist. That's great. It's good content.
Oh, it's a fantastic film. Why not?
Live from your grave.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? Ben Kissel here with Henry Zabrowski. Yeah, it's me, man. Yeah, bro. Henry Zabrowski is smoking some of that sweet last podcast on the left, babe. So go out there and purchase yourself some. I hope you enjoy it. We have sativa, we have indica, and we have a hybrid. And I have to tell you, from my personal experience, they are wonderful.
Super tasty live resin. You really get the delicious weedy taste, which is what I like. And 3 different experiences. You go to your local vape store and get it.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. We absolutely love you. Can't wait to see you on the road and get that vape, put it in your brain, and have a good time.
And if you want us at your favorite weed store, give them a call and ask for them by name.
Absolutely.
Last podcast on the left, it's weed.
Hail yourselves, everyone.
Hail Satan.
Here's another story, all right? So, we know. We don't at our job. You know, Fernando. Like, when anybody says, we here at Globocorp, we're a family, right? Like, when they say that.
Well, families can be very abusive.
Very much so. You were about to get distinctly abused, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be manipulated. Someone's going to fuck with you. But it's even worse when they say, we here at a Funky Chicken restaurant, right?
Honk, honk.
We're an organization. We're a belief system. And that's because that's not good either.
No.
And this one woman is it's sounding like she's guilty, but she's so far only accused of being a cult leader. But the thing is, it's all centered around chicken.
It is.
Solaire Alarai, who is this woman who definitely, she just looks like a kind of like a quilt mom. Like, she looks pretty normal if you take a look at her, right? She kind of looks shrugging here, inspirational woman, runs she was one of the people that runs a chicken sandwich pop-up truck that actually looks really fucking good called Bad Rooster.
Ooh, I'd like the name Bad Rooster. You've been a naughty rooster.
I know it's great because for those of you that feel guilty about the consumption of animals, they only use animals that were prosecuted and convicted of rape and murder.
Well, isn't that something?
Because that's how they get them. They go to the chicken jails. But Bad Rooster serves sandwiches. And first of all, you're like, fantastic, great. What's so wrong? Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. I bet people were devoted to the sandwiches. I bet how many of us currently on-brand human beings probably involved currently with something called a shoe cult or jelly of the month cult because now it's cute to do and throw it around.
I saw your little a far too aggressive Instagram post. I think Saya's getting scared of you.
No, Saya retweeted.
Did he?
He sees how much work I am putting into. I did an unboxing for him.
I know.
I have never. Saya's shoes are literally they are the best made shoes. I'm wearing them right now. They're the best made shoes in the business. And there's no child factory workers, right? It's just his connection. It's really good. But yeah, listen, Devlin, hear me. Say hello to me. But this is different. Again, he didn't ask for this. So
this reminds me of when you got to go meet the guy from Ancient Aliens.
Giorgio Tsoukalos. He didn't want to answer any of my questions about Zachariah Sitchin. He just wanted to talk to all the girls in front of me, which I literally didn't understand. I was like, I'm here to actually speak of something with substance. And it seems he's just looking down the shirts of these women with nipple piercings. And I don't know why. But again, we do it cute. We join these little cult things because now, obviously, we've been a bit desensitized to it. We think it's fun to join these things. But the thing is that if they outwardly just say it's a cult, just because it's a postmodern cult, does it mean you're not going to end up in a bunch of trouble living in a broom closet, doing free manual labor for a woman with the fake name of Solaire.
Solaire El-Lore.
So this woman, she began a lot of people. So they all got it. Like, apparently, where she started before she got into the chicken industry was that she ran a health and wellness expo. She's a new age teacher, right? And she started this thing. Right. This is, again, before chicken. She's from Minnesota, where she said that she would sit people in a circle and she would channel a godlike entity known as G and deliver spiritual guidance.
Heck. It's
exactly.
hacky. Come on.
It's dumb. And so everybody's done it. Like, listen, if we're channeling here, man.
I'm doing light as a feather, stiff as a board.
That's really good. And
it's a fun game.
But you're strong enough to just lift the woman. You're like, it's cool, right? Pay me $50. I just lifted you.
We did it in high school, and I don't know. I mean, but it did work. Everyone puts the two fingers, and you lift the person up.
He believes in magic. Fernando just got scared. There was a weird noise. Wow, when you did that? Yes. Was there a weird noise? Ooh, that's magic.
I dropped myself.
Light
as a feather, stiff as a board.
We were all scared.
And
I
we can resurrect. And now, look what I do with myself. And light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Whoa, he's lifting it up. Whoa.
And I lifted it up.
Wow.
Yeah,
whoa.
That's for the Patreon.
Oh, well, this is so amazing. Again, it's like when you know you're doing bad when you're sick. Oh, look at that. He can lift the phone to his face.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw a UFO.
It's a good day. You wait today or it's UFO calls. All right. So this started in 2008. Right. And so since then, over the last 13 years, she's been slowly building this group. And as she's had this spiritual awakening group where she's been giving them a bunch of feedback, is that they all have now moved into her home and she's making them all work for her for free. And then she made this one guy, a man by the name of Terrence McCabe. She made him go and pull out all of his retirement retirement savings and sell his stake in his family farm for $1.5 million. And he's become 1/3 of the financiers of Bad Rooster. This whole chicken movement that she is now a part of.
Is he getting a return on his investment?
No, because what she is saying, unfortunately, is that up until now, what you'd have to do is the transmissions to G are getting longer and longer to get to.
More expensive, it almost seems like.
It's not just more expensive, but more involved, because what happens is that Solaire will sit everybody down, and then the first thing she does is lament about how difficult it is for her to get in touch with G. Right?
She's having a hard time.
A hard time. And then she's commenting about how it's starting to seem like none of you care about chicken and seem to only care about the life lessons that G brings you. And they all have to go, no, we're here for the chicken.
They love the chicken.
We're here for you. Because she wants to be, what Solaire is saying is that none of you care about Solaire. You only care about who Solaire can introduce you to, right? Like the guy that I know that can get me in touch with Devlin Carter from Saya. Right? Like that's all they want, right? Like that's all they care about. But what about Solaire? So what she is saying, y'all need to work harder to get in touch with G. So now more and more people are showing up and working for free for the chicken truck, right? In order to get access to the Godhead.
Well, to be honest, she did find a way to circumvent having to pay your employees.
No, she's very technically, she's brilliant.
Yeah, it seems as if they're doing it out of their own free will. It's
Well, yeah,
quite
that's any cult.
insane.
Yeah, it's a cult. Yeah, they're giving up their whole lives.
I'm taking a look here at the menu, and I must say they have a thing called the naked bird.
It does, yeah,
The
which is,
nay-nay.
again, can we fucking quit it? Listen to me. I'm up to here with these lettuce.
Whoa.
This lettuce wrap fucking garbage in this fucking country of ours. I get it. I like it in Thai food when you get the little lettuce wrap, but because if they put food in
just
it.
don't order
no,
it.
Listen, no, I know. But I'm just saying, when you take a full patty of meat and then you stick a couple of romaine slices around it, that's not a sandwich. Just get a salad or get a sandwich.
Buddy,
You're just holding
get
wet
on my
lettuce.
lawn. I don't know, my friend. I've never been so upset about that because I don't get it. I'm
a single issue voter.
Yes, you are. But it does look as if this menu has some pretty tasty treats along with some tasty dips.
But
I
she
might end
has
up
been,
joining this cult.
The problem is that she has really been pumping her people, and they're getting worse and worse. The G sessions are getting shorter and shorter, and then what she's telling people is you can't talk to your family. It makes you less attached to G, right? And then she brings you in this thing because what she calls it is soulful journey. Is what her teaching program is. And a couple of people said that they left because they wanted to be an individual. They want to attend university, have friendships with people outside of the group, express myself, cut my hair, travel, date, explore hobbies, be able to have a life. When you're in Soulful Journey, you're not allowed any of that.
Well, that doesn't sound very fun.
No, it is very much so a cult.
They do have a thing called a wall of flame, which I think is kind of funny. They call them mother cluckers, which isn't that unique.
Oh, you're still talking about chicken.
Yes, and they dominated the one tender challenge, which I guess is a spicy tender. And look at this list of men and women.
They all work there for free.
No, these are the people that were. Oh, look at that guy. They had a spicy wing.
I think a lot of those are plants. I think those are plants. I want to say I feel like that's you remember when they do what's that? Tragedy actors.
Crisis
actors. It's that, but for chicken. They just pump in these chicken fans to be taking pictures of anywhere. They're there for chicken. They don't understand that they're also selling a soulful journey, because what she also did was that once she realized that all these people are they're missing a point. They're not on a soulful journey like they need to be.
Right.
She had all of them pay to have their own massage classes. They went to go take massage classes. She made them go pay out of pocket and then come back. And a part of the sessions to get her ready to do G is that she makes everybody massage her one by one by one. Then she can be G. And I was just like, that makes sense. Right? Sure. Exactly.
It makes sense
I don't
for her.
know what advice G's giving. Right? It doesn't seem like it's that great because,
You're gonna
again,
need another massage.
you're still just working the fryer at a chicken truck. And I know that if it's your truck, it means something if it's you and your family's truck. But if you're just working for this woman, you're not getting anything out of it, especially not getting paid. And then what she also did was that she hired people, quote unquote, hired people that live within her home and her complex, wherever she lives, right? Where she has people living with her.
Yeah.
She made them develop video game for free. 2 separate video games. You know how hard this fucking shit is.
This is insane.
And one was called Bananki Town, which I think it is a combination of banana and donkey.
Oh, it's a bananki.
I don't know.
That's cute.
No. I think it's a yellow donkey. And then there's just QD3, but they never went anywhere. But
Isn't that something?
they did hundreds of hours of work on a video game that will probably never see the light of day.
But think about the skills that one develops while working for free like that. Are you bad enough to go head to head with the Rooster? Well, they had their first tender challenge on August 1st, 2021.
You're just still promoting the company. You're just promoting all of the things, all the different chicken alleyways they went down, all the different ways they try to diversify the chicken scenario.
We've drummed up our hottest sauce yet and smothered it in one of our tenders for you to endure. No mercy. You think you're bad enough? Or do you know someone crazy enough to fit the bill?
I actually wonder if they used that, because what they would also do is if they felt, because Solar Ice, she calls herself as life strategist. That's her career.
That is, by the way, life coaching. Every life coach I've ever met is a total epic failure.
That's why I'm going to be
never
a thought
do one. Never
professor.
go to one.
I'm going to be a thought professor.
That's just a professor.
When you no. But I'm for your thoughts.
Well,
I'm going to create a thought academy.
So people just tell you their thoughts, you take them, and then you monetize
I give them notes. And then if they've got good thoughts, I help them achieve those goals.
I think that is just a professor.
And podcaster. Because it says
Fantastic.
here, she's a life strategist, which means podcaster and spiritual director.
Oh, she's a
and
podcaster.
the other thing too, she sets up a thing called the posse, that if you feel like you are out of pocket, she gets a bunch of people together to put you in a room, and then everybody tells you what you got really going on.
Oh, that's so fun. I love that. Live Twitter. Well, an interesting thing about this chicken tender that they have, they say each tender comes in an ominous black box and contains a devilish amount of heat.
I mean, again, this is satanic panic right in front of us.
Absolutely. They concocted it with some of the hottest peppers in the world. And they say after you eat the entire tender, they start the clock at 5 minutes.
I think
and then you're not allowed to have anything until 5 minutes are done.
I mean, that's all of this is terrible. You've done this before and ruined your fucking week.
It really did.
Yeah.
They take a photo and a video and they post it on their social media like that's a good thing. So they do tell you that in the moment of total weakness, when you're crying, you're like, no, spicy, man. They will have a video of it.
Yeah, of course, that's the edit. They can put it right
Nice.
up. But what they also, these guys are they're fighting back.
All right.
They're not taking this line down.
They shouldn't.
Because they're saying straight up, because they're saying someone is making false and defamatory statements, right? No one's done this before. The damage to their reputation is already substantial, and they believe that there was a relentless online campaign to defame an award-winning local food truck and its owner because they were so successful.
The chicken wars are real. Food
They
truck
are.
wars. I mean, it's not just a show on the Food Network. It's a way of life.
Honestly.
So perhaps she did get a little too big for her britches, and then they find out she's running a cult. Let's expose her.
Well, you are, comes down to it, right? Think about stupid Chick-fil-A again. Somehow, the chicken won, right? The chicken cut through all the noise. I still think that the Popeye's chicken sandwich ended up happening was really good. You know what I actually thought was an excellent substitute for Chick-fil-A was the chicken.
Oh,
From Burger
yes.
King. And the chicken sandwich wars, that's, to me, that ended up it was really good for society the way it ended up. It's kind of like how, the only thing that was good that came out of World War II was that we got the VW bug.
Well, the VW bug and a whole series of snack foods. Let's not forget the candy bar was created for the rations.
And
for
the gene.
And also, candy bar is always watching this one show, The Food That Built America.
Food did nothing.
Well, food did build America in some ways,
Enslaved
didn't it?
people built America.
So food, when it comes to a crisis like the 1920s, they would say, can't afford meat?
Yeah. And then they have
Try
to
some
eat
chocolate.
books.
Try to try chocolate.
Because chocolate gives you energy, like meat used to do. But chocolate used to
Anyway.
be different too. Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it again, war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing but the economy.
Absolutely a lot of stuff when it comes to that. And Raytheon's doing good. But anyway, Bad Rooster, one thing that is concerning, they are open 24 hours, 7 days a week.
It's just what I'm saying. It's
So
a
I don't know when
cult-like
they're-
behavior.
Yep. All right.
You
Well,
have to
be
be careful.
careful.
People must have off. But again, if you take a whole day off, fuck you.
Why?
I mean,
That's
the Sunday
fine.
thing.
You
I'm
just
still
said
mad about the
people-
Sunday thing. I'm just mad about anybody.
You're just mad about Chick-fil-A not getting your fat Chick-fil-A fill on 9/11.
It's the only thing I could
At
have
the
done. It's the
airport.
only thing I could have fixed it.
All right. Well, whatever. Let's see here. Food delivery robot trolls.
It just
Rose
walks through a crime scene. I was
Kinda
looking
funny.
at it just walks through.
It just didn't know what it was doing.
No, it's automated.
It's a cute if you want to give them sentient qualities and you can imagine that you're the robot and you're just like, whoa, wait,
I feel like this is
what?
kind of the problem
But
is
it's
that
like-
we're throwing personalities on the robots.
Yeah, the robot didn't know that
It
there
feels
was
nothing.
No, it didn't. So
No,
that's
it's like the weird little. But again, I also appreciate that delivery robots are neutral. Not unlike when we went to the one hotel and they had the little butler robot that was going back and forth, but had a smile on its face. Even that kind of feels disingenuous.
well, it had a little butler outfit, and as soon as I got there, I was like, "That's somebody's job they just took." But then at 3:00 in the morning, when I wanted my beef jerky, it
helped.
did arrive.
Because it doesn't complain.
It didn't do anything.
No, it just shows
opened
up.
It opened, beep, boop, boop.
No.
It
I
opens
feel
up.
like in the end, I'm glad that people don't have to work all fucking night. But you just hope. I don't think it should completely replace human beings.
No,
I think it would be
really
bad.
shouldn't. All right. Well, let's move on to a different tale.
We've got this. Right now, it's very interesting. And it's currently in California and Texas. There's a rash of false active shooter reports at schools
Well,
that
that's
seem to
good.
be.
It's better than active shooters.
It's happening. Yes, it's true. But it's, obviously it's very destructive still because you freeze all
you
this. You
did-
send resources away from where they need to be. They end up going like,
man, take a look at your life, old man. You
You
never
just-
called it a bomb threat?
that was back
You
when it was
never
funny.
called it a bomb
That
threat.
was back when
But
I never
to be
did. I
honest,
never called in a bomb threat. That's
when we
a
were
felony.
kids, it was funny because you just had to hit 0. They couldn't track you or anything like that on your phone.
We used to have
then,
the kiosks on the street where you press the fire alarm button or the policeman button.
But then you see all the cars come. But as adults, they didn't think it was funny then.
No,
either.
they were upset.
So now I feel like I think there is a contingent of people who just might think this is funny.
Well, yeah, kids find out because they don't know yet, do they? They don't know how precious life is and how fast it slips through your goddamn fingers.
Yeah.
But they think that it might be connected to the GTA 6 leak and that Uber leak that happened as well. So it's weird. They think that all of this activity is all connected to each other. They're not telling us how they know that, but it is strange. It seems to all be happening from some form of Joker Muppet Baby that is currently doing it, because the GTA 6 leak, which apparently was very bad, but I don't even know, because I feel like, wouldn't you want to see the gameplay? I know it's super early, but it's like, because it's probably better to see while it's jank instead of seeing it before you feel like what happened with Cyberpunk, where everybody thought the Cyberpunk was going to change video games.
Well, what I learned through our Cyberpunk crisis.
Travis, because you and Marcus were like, Marcus was emotionally affected by the Cyberpunk thing. He wasn't upset by it, but he went out like he was panicking because it was during a high point of the quarantine.
Yes, it was trash. The game was trash. And what I've learned is the longer a game takes, it doesn't mean that they're making it amazing. It means the entire thing's on fire.
Well, it's also very complicated. They made a bunch of promises that they could never complete because they basically hyped it to the point where they thought it was going to change the fucking world.
But then by the time it came out, everything moved so fast that it looked old immediately.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't even care about the new Avatar. The new Avatar movie, I already think it looks like old tech, but I don't know.
But I will go see the new Avatar movie because that's a movie theater movie. I like saying, be like I'll go see that because it's a spectacle. And again, it's not IP. Like, I'd love to go see something that I don't have to see 10 other things to understand what the thing is, because I'm sick of just because like all I'm doing is watching piles and hours of ads.
I agree. Anyway, back to your story.
No, that was just it. All that really is that because they just don't know who this person is. They don't know. They don't know that, but they are insinuating they believe that is all connected.
Not a story, but something that because I have my little phone here and I do my scrolls.
Yeah, I see your phone. Yeah,
and I had some constipation issues.
No
and
way.
I did just see
you?
Yes, I did.
I thought normally your poo-poo is like the river, where it's like the Mississippi.
Old man, the river. It's myths. WebMD, 19 constipation myths and facts.
Oh, no. We're not doing the myths of constipation.
You should have a bowel movement every day? Myth.
We are just, again, last podcast left in the side stories. We don't give medical advice here or biological info in any way, shape, or form.
Check out this one. Swallowed gum can get stuck. Fact. If you eat too much,
all over everybody's yelling already. Everybody's yelling. We can't this can't be about the urban legends of your butthole.
No, this is WebMD.
That's all it is.
But isn't that interesting?
All WebMD is, it's just fake.
No, it's not fake.
It's fake.
What are you, Rand Paul? What is this? It's WebMD. Web, medical doctor.
Well, you know what I'm talking about that's just as real as WebMD? This woman's terrifying ordeal after hearing fairy voices while stuck in the woods.
Fine. You can do your little story about fairy voices.
You can update us as we go with the other myths of constipation.
But it's a fact. If you swallow too much gum, it gets stuck, and then you got a gumball in your butthole.
If you're eating a baseball's load of gum, it's going to get stuck in your fucking pipes. But if you have one piece of gum, which I do from time to time because I don't know where to put it, I'm not trying to throw it on the cement.
I swallow it. I'll swallow it. Holding it in won't hurt.
It does. That I know is true.
Okay.
That is true.
Go on.
Because I was what my mother used to told me. Because I remember that was the first true understanding of liberty that she gave me as a child, where she says, I don't care what anybody tells you. If you have to go to the bathroom, you get up and you go to the bathroom. And she did that forever because holding it in turns you into a Republican.
I guess so.
It just slowly poisons your guts.
It might.
All right, here we go.
Go on.
Now, this is a woman from a town called, you guys say everything different. So I'm going to say that this town is called Meath, Meath.
Sure.
Right? Now, she said she was terrified.
Why?
You'll see.
Okay.
Did she
swallow too much gum?
Well, she would know that she had nothing. She had something to worry about until she heard this episode. So she said she believed she had a supernatural experience.
Okay.
She was out on a walkabout. That's an Australian for walking. And the woman, she got lost. She'd walked through 2 trees, right? Now, she said she was a former skeptic. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Because her life changed inexplicably in a way that only the fairy kind could do for her.
Okay.
Only Rami Malek
Fantastic.
possibly could have fooled her. Now, she told Dublin Live that she'd be hesitant to return after her experience, after hearing a terrifyingly light female voice come from the other side.
Oh.
And she said, I just had to get my steps up for a challenge that we were doing at work.
Is she Irish or Australian?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, she's Irish. I just had to get my steps up for a challenge that we were doing at work. I decided to go walk someplace nice instead of just doing my laps in my estate. It was a nice day, so I said I'd go for a walk in the woods. What was the worst that could happen?
Well, that's a horrible thing to think.
It turns out most crimes happen in the woods.
Yeah.
Especially when you go out there, you're jogging late at night, or you're jogging in the morning and a man grabs you and he diddles you.
Absolutely.
You got to
There's
be
that.
careful.
Bears.
You got to be
Lions.
careful. Anybody diddle you. If you're a
Full-
bear, once a bear learns to get a taste for pussy, he'll have sex with it.
I don't know if
It's
that's
true.
true. You can fall. You can break your hip.
No, it's fine. Then the paths lead through 2 identical trees. Now I stepped through and I put my hands on both trees. People are saying now that this was a mistake. One was really warm and the other was wet and cold. I walked on and then I took a left.
Uh-oh.
It's getting
Real-
Mexican.
Really good, yes.
Yeah, just got to dial it in. Just got to dial it.
Dial it in, yeah.
The main path kind of branched off to the left and it just went nowhere. It went to really overgrown forest, really high weeds and plants.
Well, sounds like it's somewhere.
Now, I know it wasn't the path. There were lots of people around. No, it was a really popular spot. So I walked back and I thought, oh, this was the main path and I should have taken it the other way. Now I took the other way and that one similarly went nowhere. Now I went back to the fork to start over, right? I went back and I tried to think, oh, this is maybe the way that I came, right? When that also led me nowhere.
Sounds like a horrible Dylan Thomas
So
film. I love
I
it.
try to keep trying paths, right? It's getting quite overcast at this point as well.
Sure.
Couldn't see what was going on. Right, there's only 3, so I thought.
So far, you're walking in the woods.
I'm a bit
Why?
of a turn around. I'm turning around.
It's just such a.
I
how
can't even
long
believe-
do we have here?
I just keep getting turned around. Now, I have a very professional job, she says. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
No, you're just going for a walk in the
I'm
woods.
quite logical, but then a call came from the other side, and I knew something wasn't right. Because as I was going through the path, there's an overgrown area, right? I heard this path,
Of
and
the
I heard
path
a
of
really.
what?
I was overgrown area,
Okay.
right? And I heard a really light woman's voice. Now, I don't know how quite to describe it. It was really high. She kept going, I'm over here. I'm over here. And I heard just, oh, what's that? I thought it was some wee ma'am calling for her kids,
Oh.
right? But then I heard her laugh.
Uh-oh.
And the tittering of her laugh, I know. That was the fairy kind.
Wow.
Because the tittering sounded like, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And that's how I knew it was the fairy kind. She said that she knew something was wrong.
Did
the
she
first
see it?
instinct was a run. No.
So she just heard a random
Tiny voice.
tiny voice,
Fairy voice.
a fairy voice.
And it scared the shit out of her. And eventually she found her way out of the woods.
Thank God. I am so happy she didn't
There's
die in the
paragraphs
woods.
more of this.
I know. And I like that this woman can expand on a story that is literally, it's nothing.
I tell you what, guys, I wasn't scared when I first heard. I thought she
You
was a
should-
wee
why
mom.
didn't-
I was scared when she laughed.
I
And
get
then
it.
when she laughed, I don't think I've heard words in the English language for it. I haven't got words for it. It was scaredy-tardy. That's the way I put it. I was
Scaredy-tardy.
scaredy-tardy.
Absolutely. I believe that. Why didn't you try to look at it? You should have tried to see it.
Oh, I'm blind.
Okay.
I couldn't find my way if I wanted to.
All right. Well, intriguing story indeed.
Hey, that's fun. And it's Irish.
Exactly. And again, we will be in Ireland very soon. We can't wait to be in Dublin. I'm so excited.
And they love when we do the accents.
Oh, they're just so impressed by them.
Because the whole thing, they're like, oh, is that the Queen Mum? We're like,
Yes.
no, I didn't wait 12
Wait.
hours to go piss on her fucking corpse or her fake fucking face.
Did it?
Fucking, you can't believe it. The idea of waiting 12 hours to see an old dead woman?
I mean, it would be fun just to see her dead, I guess.
Yeah, but I'd pay $5 some dude behind a bridge to see that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of questions that have to be answered there. But
No, never
in
ask that
Ireland, do they care about the Queen? I
No,
don't
they
know.
hate her.
They don't like the Queen.
No, they hate her viciously. Of course, well, yeah, they are
I think
her
so,
subjects. They are her conquered people.
Okay.
Yeah, they hate her
hard to
viciously.
tell.
They want to beat the living shit out of her every single
She
day.
is now dead. We're on to King Sausage Fingers. Also, just lastly, WebMD, when it comes to your bowels, castor oil is a cure-all myth.
Yeah, don't drink castor oil.
I don't even know
It'll
what
just
is
fuck
castor
you up.
oil.
No, what you do, truly, if you really want to do it, you stick your fingers up there and you pop it. You have to open up the hole yourself and let the shit fall out.
Fantastic.
You look at me like I'm crazy, but that's they say this. Everyone's cringing.
Well, it just
This
wasn't.
is
It wasn't.
that
in
is
the,
truth, though. Like you at sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com. Can you fix constipation by sticking fucking fingers up your butthole and opening up your butthole? I submit that you can.
Well, that might coincide with myth number 19 here. It's normal to have bloody stool.
It's definitely not
They say
normal.
that's a myth.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Who
exactly.
said, who would ever tell? Only another alcoholic would tell you that. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah. Also, you know what else I learned from our fucking credible listeners?
What's that?
GOATSY is an acronym.
GOATSY is in the image that shows the
The
man
guy
gaping
spreading
his
his
butthole.
butthole.
What's an acronym?
Guy opens asshole to show everyone.
This is the internet kids.
These internet
kids.
kids.
Man, they're smart.
I don't know how they learn.
I don't know either, but we love them.
Rise from your grave.
A roast as dark as the night, perfect for fueling the cryptid research and mad ravings required for your podcasting. Don't mind the red eyes, he's just trying to warn you of the bridge. The bridge! Finally, from the caffeine-addled brains of Spring Hill Jack Coffee and Last Podcast on the Left, we bring you Mothman's Red Eye Blend. Yes, delicious Panama beans. Go to lastpodcastmerch.com to order yours today.
All right, everyone, let's do Hero of the Week. Now, this is actually from last week, but I didn't do it, and I really regretted it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
there's-
last week you did something where like
was a
some
woman
woman
named
helped a
Lung.
man, and someone to read, and the other guy was just like, "Oh, thanks, for I'm glad I can read because now I wrote all this fucking like QAnon fiction or something." I forgot what it was.
mice families move into Dream Village, built by Gardner, and are hand-fed flowers every day. Now, look at these mice. And they're in a little village. And so there's two families of mice, and they live in their...
treated with more respect than any migrant has ever been treated.
Absolutely.
They're put in a little home. These mice, they're given an entire fucking apartment complex.
They have a whole thing. This is one of the places that one of the mouse lives is called the Frog Mouse House, and they advertise pub food. But now the thing is, what happens is so interesting because people get they give them all kinds of interesting things. They feed them every day, and they make them more little mouse houses.
You mean to tell me they get more room service than is currently in human hotels?
The mice currently have 40,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh, wow. Okay. So not only do they have a solid social media presence.
Yes.
Right. In which they could probably already get offers as it is.
Oh, absolutely.
They then get free housing.
Yes.
And then they are fed. They don't have to go look. They don't even put a bowl out.
No.
You get hand fed.
They're fed. And so this woman puts daily videos up there of them people feeding the mice. And now mice have a reputation for enjoying garbage, but they can also be seen eagerly devouring flowers.
I know. That's true. That is true. We
isn't
can
that
eat.
something?
There's also edible flowers for people as well.
Yes. So these mice.
They're not very tasty, though.
No, I can't imagine. Anyway, she spends about 4 or 5 hours each day with the mice and then they live stream. So go have fun with these little mice. They're super
that's
cute.
fine. I'm glad that, again, resources, I guess it's not many resources. That's fine. I do think that, I'm glad we're treating the mice with respect, but I feel like we could do it with a lot of others as well.
There was also an Amazon driver, Kevin Rivera, who went into a building that was on fire and saved an entire family. So that was nice of him as well. So he is runner-up. He's a runner-up. Look at that fire. He ran in there. So his last shift of the last delivery of the day.
Better save those mice.
Yep. Kevin Rivera, you're also Hero of the Week, along with those two mice.
The mice first, though.
Yeah.
You said them first. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
A couple of corrections. Number one, this is for listener emails. Straight up. Number one, not correct. Well, the first one's a straight up correction. Marcus has been talking. He's actually been spouting anti-communist propaganda all these years. Laika lived. The dogs in space from the Soviet Union lived. A lot of them landed. Laika died overheating. A lot of them landed and made it out. And then, yes, do I still feel like they were scared? Very much so. Are they dogs and they not know what's happening? Sure. But actually, apparently, a lot of the dogs did live.
Really?
Yep, and Laika just burned. Well, Laika burned up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, Laika did not live. Well, interesting.
But yeah, so it's like, all right. And then also got some good AI artist feedback about LOAB, because obviously we didn't know what the hell we were talking about when it came to what LOAB was or what it means to be an AI artist. And I think this is interesting.
What are they doing?
I've got two letters, because I have one AI art letter that says straight up, the thing about AI art in general is that it's difficult because what it does is it sweeps the internet for many other people's stuff. So a lot of the AI art, even in and of itself, is a quote unquote collaboration. It's a mishmash of art. It's already on the internet, right? It's already there. So it's like, so there's a little bit, there are some issues of people being like, well, it's using stuff that's already been made and mashing it up. But there's also people that use their own proprietary programs that I got emails from that say straight, it's more about playing with the so-called AI godhead, whatever it is it thinks something is. So you use something that's not connected to the internet to do something with art on its own, but it's still using a series of prompts that it has to get from someplace else.
So it's basically the equivalent of an artist who used to draw on caves, and then an artist came around using his own scat. And then you're like, you can't use your own shit.
Oh, that's cheating.
That's cheating. And
everybody can use brown.
And then somebody came in with paint and colors. And you're like, well, I was just using
shit. It's more like you go and you use somebody else's shit to paint. You see, look, I just found paint. And they're like, no, that's my shit.
That's my shit.
That's my shit. And they're like, no, that's paint now.
All right.
So it's kind of like that. All right, here's some more listener emails, because spooky season's upon us.
It is, and I don't mind Thanksgiving. I like Thanksgiving, but I'm hopping over it. We'll have Thanksgiving.
I think,
but I'm already in Halloween mood.
Make Thanksgiving scary.
Sure,
but it's after Halloween.
It is.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. A month after. Yeah, it's November. That's Thanksgiving.
In November.
Hey, man, you're not keeping the calendar.
That's why I'm over it already.
Yeah, you haven't even thought about it. It's
months
from now.
It's after Halloween.
It's after Halloween, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
year.
thinking at first, I was like, what do you think? Yeah, every year. Yeah, but yeah,
but I know that. Yeah.
I think everything should be, I think Christmas is spooky.
Yeah.
So I say keep it spooky to May.
Right.
But here we go.
All right. Well, you never know what time is.
Now, my now ex-husband.
Whoa.
And I were driving from North Carolina to Florida. We were at the point of needing gas and wanting to switch out drivers. Now, we hadn't seen an exit in a while and just decided that no matter what, we're going to stop at the next place that had gas and maybe grab a snack.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Indeed.
Right. So we drove for another 20 minutes, which is already weird that we hadn't seen an exit in a while, and decided that, no matter what, okay, we're going to stop in the next place.
Sounds like they were having a horrible trip together.
Oh, now X.
Yeah.
Finally, they just see an exit after driving for 20 minutes that it has a gas station listed. Right? So we believe that we were around South Carolina at this point.
Uh-oh.
So we decided to pull over and stop there. So when we get there, it automatically felt weird. We got off at the next exit, and it was like turning into this little town. And it was like its own little world. There were no signs, no advertisements for restaurants, and nothing what you usually see pulling to somewhere off a major highway. It also was immediately gloomier weather. A little colder, it seemed later in the day. Now, we got gas and decided to stop at the little strip of shops on the other side of the road. All that there was school supply store, right? Figure I'd get some things to doodle on the road, and an army surplus store, which is always interesting.
I guess so.
So upon entering the school supply store, it's like that we were the center of the room. There was no music or noise at all, and multiple people, all dressed too similarly, dressed at us and just rifling through bins. It's just a small town. You forget.
Small
towns get uniforms.
Absolutely.
Like, you really do. And because if you're all shopping for the same place, it's one store, right? So
you a dress barn.
And honestly, dress barn, that means you got to be looking to be a pretty hog.
Excellent.
So we were there for about 20 minutes, and the whole time, no one moved from the bins. Again, you never know, because I've seen Marcus in record stores. If I go to a record store, I'm there for 7 minutes.
I'm also like that with museums. I can't be reading all these damn plaques.
I go through the museum and I'm like, got it, seen it, done it, and I'm done, right?
The only thing I remembered from the Country Music Museum was Lefty Frizzle's car, which was cool, and then the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which Marcus loves.
He loves.
But I didn't get it.
He went there 2 days in a row to see a cassette tape.
And they took a picture of it. And then people reacted like he found something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could have gotten him a cassette tape. I'll never forget. I told Marcus because he was like, "I like to go. That's my. I like to go to the record store all the time." And I'm like, "Why don't you just order it?"
Yeah, he says it's
but
the
he's
Hunt.
like, "No, it's the Hunt." I was
the
like,
Hunt.
"I can get you," because he was like, "I can't get this one record." I was like, "I can get it for you."
No.
I googled it and found it right
he
away.
needs to find it organically. And so you, again, reader, listener, this is a part of it. You did so. You never know, right? So no one purchased anything. No one else came to the store, right? I bought some pens, and they all accepted cash. They moved back my change in coins, right? $3 in coins, right? So we decided to
It's a
shake
lot
it
of
off.
coins.
It's a little strange, right? We started to go next door to the Army surplus store. So we walked in. It was the same vibe. There was only one person there looking through all coins in the basket at the front, right? This was more of a military memorabilia place rather than a things to buy place, right? There were full World War II uniforms, vintage knives, helmets, shoes, tools, weapons. There was a Nazi flag in the frame in the back. You get that a lot at those old stores, right? So we walked around. There was nothing you could want to purchase, right? So it seemed all of a sudden they were going to leave, right?
Some of those knives are probably pretty cool.
Yeah. But a man came up as they were trying to leave, and he's like, "Leaving so soon?" Right? And we're like, "Well, yeah, we're going to go. We're going to go." All right. So we went back outside. It was dark. Like the sun was setting. No street lights, no activity outside, no cars driving by. We walked to our car. We turned to see that the school store is closed, no lights, and the Army place looks like it's completely shut down as well. Pitch black, right? Just from our walk to the car. Now we get in. We are weirded out and proceed to drive away. And we turn on the radio and we see that 4 hours had passed, right? I was shocked. I looked at my phone to be sure, and yes, 4 hours. This is completely impossible because we could not have been there for longer than 45 minutes.
All right. That's still a long time in a school supply store.
Oh, yes. I say, let's get the hell out of here. And we had the way we came. Everything was backwards. And now there was a detour sign that said that we couldn't take the highway. This is one of those things that kind of freaks me out because I feel like it's going to happen. That was completely fine 45 minutes ago, right? We follow the detour, we get back on the road, and we're quiet for a large majority of the drive until we found something else to talk about from the podcast we were listening to.
Well, I would have just talked about all that creepy stuff they just experienced.
Don't know, man. People get wrapped up. I was listening to a story on Somewhere in the Skies that was talking about this, a almost mile-long UFO that flew over a drive-in that he was at, and how everyone got out of the cars and watched it as it shut down the power of the place, the movie theater, all of the cars, everything powered down. And then afterwards, it was more like everyone was so freaked out that no one wanted to talk about it because like everything turned back on as the object passed, right? So now, like, it's really strange because now, like, they re-brought it up. She said recently she had talked with her ex and brought it back up. Like,
they're still communicating.
Yes. And they were like, did that happen? They're like, yeah, that did happen.
Wow. I think they should get back together.
You never know, though.
Never know. But
trauma bonding doesn't mean necessarily that you should be together. But at the time period, you guys led each other through a very difficult situation.
That's what they call them, showmances.
Oh, yes. Showmances. Absolutely. And do a little, like, this is another vindication story to me. I just had this happen to me, possibly twice. Background. Now, I've had plenty of paranormal experiences, and I'm very sensitive to spirits, right? Me too. I love scotch.
You got him good.
Now, I'm stationed in Italy. Whoa. Renting a house that definitely had someone's parents die in it, right? It's a huge casa, but the person's parents probably died, and they decided to rent because everything inside is circa, like, 1970s, right?
Kind of cool.
So I make video. Hard drives are important. Now, like, this is what he does in his time period, right? Now, I ended up losing a hard drive with over 1 terabit of video on it.
That's a lot.
I lost it over 9 months ago, possibly dropping it from my car somehow after a trip. I don't know. I usually edit my living room on my laptop, so I automatically search here every time I lose something. Doing this, I turned my entire house upside down. I took every couch cushion out. I took all of my clothes out of my drawers. I've done this on more than one occasion when my OCD sets in, and I try to find it again. So tonight, when looking for a spider that I tried to catch but I lost, right? Shouldn't kill a spider in your home. It's bad luck.
I guess so.
Lo and behold, it pops right up. Right in its fucking red glory. It's right there. He looked under and behind the couch, but all of a sudden, he'd been looking there countless times. There's his hard drive and his Nintendo Switch. Doesn't know. Little people. That's fair. You got to be careful.
Right.
And it's not just weed and alcohol. You'd be surprised what else can cause you to lose stuff. Early onset dementia.
Yes.
High blood pressure can go into a foggy fugue state. You never know.
Absolutely. Maybe you ate too much.
Ghosts.
Sure. Anything. Really anything.
Anything. CO2 exposure
Yeah.
can make you foggy.
Yes, it can.
Brain tumor.
Sure. That'll do it to you, too.
Oh, yeah. You got to be careful.
Yes, indeed.
Because you got to live your life every day wondering, is that a headache or do I have a brain tumor? I wonder.
Just don't,
Live your life. Love the fact that you'll never truly know until it's too late.
Yeah.
Until you make that horrible fucking walk up to the doctor's office and they go like, yeah, Mr. Ripperton. Yeah, we're going to take a look at that noggin of yours. And the whole time you don't know and you wonder and you wonder and you love that. You love the like just a headache. And then you laugh when you find out all the thousands of dollars you've spent was all just because you were afraid.
Yeah.
You're just afraid, and then it turns out like when you go to talk to the doctor about like what's wrong with you and shit, like it
Sure.
turns out it's something else. They say that it's something else because it's like no, it's just your brain eating itself.
Right.
And then you can just laugh, and then like, hey, at least I don't have cancer, but I do have this like thing that makes me think I have cancer, so it's kind of like I do.
It's almost worse. Maybe you have a little bug up the old brain there.
Yeah.
That's a scary thing when people go swimming, they take something into their nose and it has a little worm.
It's very scary. You got to be
Brain worm.
careful. Also, if you do eat these things, you can get worms. You can get worms. We talked about this on the show. Anything. Well, anything outside, especially anything with a snail. If you find a fish, I mean this, Kissel, this is specifically directed to you. If you see a fish laying dead in a shallow pool,
Yeah.
don't cook it or eat
Don't
it.
cook it or eat
No,
it.
because
Why
it's full
not?
of worms.
Oh.
And a lot of times that's why it's good to get if like you shouldn't eat roadkill necessarily because if it's hit by
Should
a
not.
car, it might be fine. But again, a lot of them die of disease, and it's got to
Right.
be real fresh. Because I've eaten roadkill before. I ate a roadkill snake
When?
in 2017.
Why?
This very incredible makeup artist on Pretty Face also was a bit crunchy, but she believed that nothing should never not be saved. And so she saw a dead steak on the side of the road and she picked it up and cooked it and brought it in. And then I ate it with her because I was like, I ain't no pussy. I was saying, but when I was in Gary makeup, I would do whatever.
Fantastic.
But I got real ill. I felt real weird.
I would imagine so. All right, everyone. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Hail yourselves.
Yeah, you better be careful. We're coming out to the Beacon
Yes,
this week. You got
we're gonna be
promo,
there.
man. You got to fucking get in there, bro.
Well, I think we're already sold out. Promo complete.
I think
but
there's like
we'll
50. There's 50 tickets, and we're also we want to explain to some of our European viewers that the VIP tickets are separate if you want them.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not included. It's not like in America where you click your own the VIP.
Yeah.
We streamline things at
a little
America.
differently.
We're streamline things.
So
So
if
there,
you-
it's like you have to go and it's like an add-on or some shit.
Yeah. It's confusing. We tried to do it today because we were like, what's going on? And then we were like, it's confusing. And then, so yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to, just know, if you want to come, the VIP ticket, it provides a whole extra hour of show. And it's VIP. You get
It's
the
us.
last podcast storytellers. We're out there and it's a Q&A. We can tell you anything you want.
Yeah, kind of. All right. Yeah. So figure that out. I don't know what's wrong with those websites out there.
It's European. So Europeans is different because they're a little bit more casual.
When you're in the bathroom. All right, everyone. Once again.
That's funny. A lot of times, though, me 3 times out a day, I'm a pooping.
There you go. Hail yourselves.
Hail, sir.
Congratulations,
It's going to be a really great European tour.
I can't wait.
We're on fire for it.
Oh, I'm on fire right now.
I think that's, you need, you have a rash.
Oh, yeah.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.